the insurrection at the Capitol,
Mm-hmm.
just that was a scary situation. And yeah, it definitely like it's sad because it's a bunch of the way the government reacted is indicative of like the disparity between the classes, because they were totally we've talked about this before, but yeah, they were pretty much letting them run rampant in there. There was the security detail just wasn't there. And like if you contrast that to the Black Lives Matter protests, like they were so much more hostile towards
Mm-hmm.
the BLM protesters compared to the
Trumpsters.
I don't know what to call this other than just insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
The insurrectionists. Uh, just yeah, just it it sets a scary precedent.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're kind of allowing them to they kind of allowed them to run rampant, and just I think it's going to embolden future uh, future outbursts like this,
Mm-hmm.
specifically in the inauguration. Like that's the next thing everyone's talking about, and just hopefully, just you know, hopefully everyone's like, we're like, hopefully, we're all blowing this out of proportion, and nothing normal happens, or
Mm-hmm.
nothing out of the ordinary happens, and just, but I mean, this just kind of sets a scary precedent, and like I'm fearful. I'm fearful that it's probably gonna, but expecting that it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as we've talked before, like this, can't wait to get back to mundane politics instead of everyone being super extreme on one way or the other.
You know what was interesting? As it was happening, I was shocked, and I had the TV on. I'm like trying to focus on work, but I had the TV on. It was really tough to focus. But what was more interesting was what I learned like after the fact. I didn't know how violent it was. Like I don't know if you saw the picture of the dude who had those plastic handcuffs, and he had like a
Yeah.
military gear and stuff.
Hmm.
So they had like a sinister agenda more so than just a regular
Oh,
protest.
totally. I
Like,
mean, in yeah, totally. I mean, the question. I mean, the reason why like everyone's being sent to court and whatnot is simply because what were they planning on doing? Like, what
mm,
was their end game? Like, they
hmm
were like, oh, like that's a very like polished, idealized, fairy tale type thing to say. Oh, storm! Like, we'll storm the Capitol. But the thing is,
hmm
just like, what are you gonna do once you're there? it's,
hmm
it's like what's the end game? And
right.
yeah.
So yeah, that kind of I don't want to use the word shocking, like, but it did shock me like that.
Mm.
Like I'm not surprised, but yeah, when I learned about that, and then I don't know if you saw the video of when they erected
The noose.
that noose, and they
Yeah,
were like
yeah, the
chanting
gallows.
"Hang."
Yeah.
Yeah, the gallows. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. They were chanting "Hang Mike Pence, hang
Oh
Mike."
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
"What on
yeah.
earth?" I guess they were
Sure.
they were so disappointed that he didn't do Trump's bidding to try to overturn the election that they
I
got
mean, that's
upset at him.
that's
It's
just Trump's MO, is that like you're only there up until like he yeah, you're there until you're a scapegoat, and then he'll just throw you under the bus,
mhm.
because just like how at the very end, before Twitter cut him out, all the social media platforms cut him out, like he was throwing the protesters under the bus too. So it's like, why are you
Mhm.
following this guy?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean, he hyped them up. Like before that incident started, he held a rally, and he was hyping him up, and we're gonna go charge the Capitol, and it was funny because he was like, "I'm gonna be with you," and but he didn't go with him.
Yeah,
So
he's a pot stirrer.
mhm.
Yeah, he stirs the pot,
Yeah,
and
so he stirred the pot, he lit the fire, and
yeah, and
and
he
those
tossed it over.
those terrorists, they rushed Capitol Hill, and God knows what they would have done. Like it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think it's because a lot of them were.
oh,
I mean,
yeah,
oh man,
because sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but because of that, 5 people were killed. One of them, yeah, 5 people altogether were killed. 4 of them, I think, were Trump supporters. One was a police officer.
yeah. I heard about the police officer,
Hmm.
and I heard about the girl, the woman that was shot. I don't know if it was fatal, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she died. She died. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So because of him, um, 5 human lives have been taken. Whether you agree with their political views or not, 5 people were killed on that day, and I think you're right. I feel like it kind of emboldened them. Like they kind of see it as an inspiring moment
Yeah.
for them. And yeah, I'm worried it's like you said, it's going to get a little bit worse. I read like news articles saying that there's already been threats that they want to protest all the capitals in the
Hmm.
U.S. and
Yeah.
but at the same time, like thank God that there's 20 or 25,000 National Guard soldiers ready to go if something did happen.
Yeah, I heard. I think it was either on the ABC News or NBC News. They mentioned that there's more personnel on detail
Mm-hmm.
for the inauguration than and both the Gulf War and I think the invasion of Iraq
Mm-hmm.
combined.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's really, yeah. So
Did you ever think you'd see anything like that in your lifetime?
an insurrection,
Yeah.
like, like, oh,
Yeah.
that well, I mean, it's like you said, like it's very shocking, not surprising, because mainly because of how vehemently, you know, how vehement Trump supporters have been, and just yeah, just it's really scary because these people, they're really scared. Not really,
Mm,
like, not saying like, they're like, just like, these are people that are at the fringes that don't feel like they're being represented. They
mm,
don't like we can say, oh yeah, they're all privileged white people. I mean, yes, yes, I can probably safely say that at least the vast majority of them you know have been are white.
mm-hmm,
Um, and just all, like, you have these people who don't feel like they're being represented well enough, and just with the current climate, it's just been kind of rife for just someone like Trump to come in and like we said, stir the pot, because that's what he's really good at doing.